Tired of the same old flat grid layouts? Let's turn basic squares into something dynamic. Today we're diving into layout number 4 of our Christmas in July series. We're taking classic holiday reds and greens, refreshing them with pops of crisp white, and completely stacking these grid blocks with lush ephemera layers. Grab your favourite drink if you love high dimension memory keeping and clever grid tricks. Hit that subscribe button and let's get scrapping. So we're hitting the Vicky Booten stack again for this one, and I'm going with the checks on this plaid, and I'm going to cut them out. Now the diamonds on this is actually what also triggered my interest in the layout, and I also am following a sketch done by the very talented Mel from Mel W Scrapping, and it's up here in the top corner for you to have a look at. And that requires some grid squares on diamonds in a grid shape, and that's what I'm doing here. Now, my daughter's shirt, as you saw, I was lining up which green to use as my background, but the light green really does match her shirt, but the dark green will allow the light green in this card to pop on the layout very well. So that's why I've gone with the darker coordinates paper from the Mistletoe and Memories collection, and I'm using squares from 2 of the papers from the pad to build up the grid on the layout. Now I'm also using white cardstock here, and I have got 2 different widths in the border. The reason I did that is because I wanted to have some contrast happening in there. And so the squares are 2 inches by 2 inches in the white, but the red and the green are like slightly different in size. I was doing them 1 3/4 and one just over 1 3/4, so that you get that thick thin in the white. So that's very helpful in making them stand out against each other when placed together. As you can see down in that bottom one there with the red at the bottom or the red at the top, the contrast really makes a big difference and looks like a lot of detail has gone into it. So I'm just layering them up into the grid format. This is a 9 grid layout. My middle grid one is being replaced by the photo, of course, and that is where the contrast is going to come into play totally, and you'll notice it and the layering up. So make sure that you have cut your squares well. Make sure that you are mixing them and maxing them, and that's how you're getting the maximum color onto your page. And you will see that all of the colors match the photo nicely. Now I fiddle around with this frame for quite a bit on this layout, but it actually doesn't make it, spoiler alert, I end up not going with it because it really just doesn't, I want to sit where I want it to sit, or I can't get it to do what I want it to do. So I just end up giving up and leaving that one off the layout for the whole process. I even considered dragging in some of those red triangles left from the cutout, but I chose not to. And then I'm just going to start layering up the ephemera that I have previously chosen out. One says, "'Tis the season to sparkle and shine," and the other one says, "Dear Santa, I can explain." As you can see here, I'm really having a hard time with the photo in this grid. I'm trying to decide where it sits, what's the best option for layering up embellishments as well, because you've got to just get that balance right, otherwise it's going to look funny on a grid. So I go with the title down into that empty space, and I've got that bottom subtitle in the extra empty space, and then I have the wordy bit hanging over to the side. I have chosen ephemera pieces that represent my daughter. She is a funny one, this one. I got a little ute down the bottom because she drives her ute. She loves her ute. I have the tree because Christmas tree has always been a big thing for her. The gingerbread man cookie because that's what I spoil her with. I buy her a gingerbread man cookie all the time, all through the year from our local cafe. She loves gingerbread men, and so that's a little thing. And then, of course, I've just put in the bell and the candy canes to represent Christmas. And being in Australia, we don't have snowmen as such at Christmas time because we are so much hotter than the Northern Hemisphere, and it's really just a nod to Christmas by bringing them into the layout. Like we do decorate our houses with snowmen. Maybe it's a bit wishful on our parts here in Australia to have a snowman at Christmas time, because that would be just wonderful. One day, that's my dream, to be and have a white Christmas. But there you go. I've laid up the hearts there just to build it in. I've put in a little rope of light. I'm just wanting to make sure these clusters are built out enough, contemplating with the stars where to put them. And I think that's pretty much what I'd leave it as, and I will just go off now and adhere it all into place so that it stays where I want it, but I have to change the snowman around. It's just not working for me. Put the bell back up into the top corner. Now that it's hanging from the corner, it looks more sensible to me and it feels more balanced. I will, as I said, go off and adhere everything into place. I did pop up some of those things, like some of the star got popped up. Some of the embellishments, it just all sits there nicely. The title got popped up on some foam tape as well. I'm just drawing in, well, I'm in, what did I hear it called today? Inlining the squares with some messy lines and some faux stitching, and the white on the red and the black on the green really make it pop on the page. So I'm just going around and doing a double messy line on each of those red squares, and that's really helping to make it pop off that layout. And I like the way it's really drawing your eye around, and you can see each of the pieces of ephemera in their own little individual frame, and that too also helps to keep the layout balanced. Now, as I said, the colours really are matching into my photo, and that's really important because there is a lot going on in the grid, but the photo still stands out amongst it all. So I'm just outlining the edge of this layout with a white acrylic marker, and I do that a few times to make it stand out. Now I'm going to put some paint splatters, some white paint splatters onto it, just to tone down that green a little bit. And I spilled a bit there, but that's okay. Mop it up, and it just looks like it's meant to be there anyway once the splatters go into play. Now I am using a mix of acrylic paint with water and my fan brush, and that allows me to get that thicker white onto the layout, which I find I struggle when I use a spray to do the same thing. And I really do like how that's turned out. All right, so I'm just going to take that off, and I'll clean up a little bit. That's because I don't want it to dry, the acrylic paint. Now, I'm happy with how this has turned out. What do you think, people? Do you think it's a hit or a miss? I'm just putting in my Nuvo drops here. This is setting up my visual triangle. Once again, an important part of design in scrapbooking. It really does allow your eye to roam around without being drawn to one spot in particular. And there it is, up close and personal. I like those white acrylic dots on there. They've got a bit of dimension as well, so that adds to the texture and depth of the layout. But the photo, of course, stays front and center. So that's my daughter with her Christmas reindeer ears on. Another nod to our Christmas in July. Another page done and into the albums. I'm so happy. There is a full playlist of all the people playing along. Go and check them out. You will be surprised at all the wonderful different layouts that people have done. I will do a walkthrough at the end of Christmas in July of all the ones done, so that you can then have a recap and go and watch any that you missed out. But don't forget, subscribe if you're new to my channel. I really would appreciate you coming back, and thanks to all those that do. You are a favourite of my day. And here's my next video for you. I'll see you there real soon. And don't forget, stay creative, friends. It's always the best way to spend a day.